all about seeing the potential in the people that we work with and finding a good fit. Biosoil is a company that reached out to us, seeing that potential and trying to make their company fit with the potential that the folks we work with have. That's why we nominated them. John Brogan is somebody that I work with and I placed with Biosoil, and it's been fantastic. And Chad will talk more about that. But we couldn't have a better employer to work with than Biosoil.
Good afternoon. My name is Tara Joy. Please excuse me for my froggy voice. I actually made the nomination for Biosoil, not just because of what Russ just spoke about with Biosoil's complete support of John and his career goals, but also because they have a really great collaborative effort with our student work experience program, which is amazing. They started hosting student interns the summer of 2017. They hosted 3 student interns that summer for a period of 6 weeks. It became one of the favorite sites for the students to go and learn different job skills there. In the fall of 2017 as well, because the summer program was such a success, I reached out to Chad and asked him if he would be a guest speaker to the students that were coming into the program that year. Now mind you, this is a small business that's ever growing and they're of course busy as can be, but he said absolutely I would love to come in and speak to the students. He did that. The students were just completely mesmerized by him and the fact that you could grow up and become a worm farmer. They thought that was pretty cool. After that, they also let the students tour in the spring of 2018 and hosted yet another student intern, and then again in the summer they opened up their doors to the student work experience program and hosted 3 more students. So I think it speaks volumes that not only do they employ people with disabilities on their workforce, they also are looking to the future and realizing that the youth is where you need to reach out as well, and that they can achieve their career goals. So I'm very honored to nominate them and that they receive this award.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be nominated for this and a thrill to accept the award on behalf of all of us at Biosoil.farm. I got my first experience with the Schenectady ARC and Pine Ridge Industries in the early 90s. I needed a kit manufactured, and it could have been a very simple contractor-contractee relationship. I shipped a bunch of product to Pine Ridge, they put it all together, made it look nice, and then shipped it out. Could have been a very simple relationship. But I went to Pine Ridge and I observed the employees putting the kits together. They all had giant smiles on their faces. They were so happy. 2 of them sought me out while I was there that day and said how much they enjoyed putting these kits together. It was kind of a life-changing experience. Then I met my wife. She wasn't my wife when I met her. I met the woman who became my wife, and her brother was an employee at Pine Ridge ARC. And I got to experience the whole relationship from the opposite side. He'd come home from work and tell great stories, how excited he was, how much he loved his job. He'd get his paycheck and he'd talk to me about all the things he was going to spend his paycheck on. I don't think he ever did. He saved and saved and saved. But he loved to talk about what he could do. He told me about his friends at work. He told me stories about what they were putting together, what they were doing. And having seen that experience on both sides, I became a huge fan of the ARC, specifically Pine Ridge. Fast forward a few years, we started a business to manufacture worm tea, and I knew right away this is something that would be a good fit at Pine Ridge. And the very first thing I did as I was thinking about this business was to go to Pine Ridge to see if this would be something that would fit. We've been brewing worm tea at Pine Ridge ever since, and if you've ever been there, you've smelled our product. Lastly, when Ted and I started working on Biosoil.farm, there were several places in the construction of the business or the building of the business where we could have invested in some machinery. But we decided instead we would rather invest in people. We reached out to New Directions, and through New Directions we got John. John came to work with us, and he knew that some days it would be a little bit of this, some days it would be a little bit of that, and some days it would be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And some days the this would change and the that would change, and he knew his job was going to be different. John took every challenge, every job. He learned it quickly. He was confident in his work. He did every job with a smile. He showed up on time or early, always ready to work with a great big smile on his face. And one day, John was looking around the shop floor and he said, there's a job over there that I don't do. Could I do that? And John learned, with Ted's help, Andrew's help, Russ's help, he learned to do that job. And then he'd look around and be like, oh, there's a job I don't do. Oh, there's a job I don't do. And John tackled every single task with a smile and an amazing attitude. And as an employer, that's all you can ask for. Then one day, John came up to me and he said, I can do everything here. And I looked around the shop floor, all of the products that we manufacture, all of the packaged goods, and I thought, you know what? John helped in assembling, manufacturing, packaging, labeling, palletizing, shrink wrapping. He had his hand in every single piece of the project. John truly learned to do everything at Biosoil.farm because he was determined to do so. It became a little bit of a running joke. John came up to me one day and he said, you know what, Chad? I can do everything here. I can do everything here. We'd have tours, we'd have people come through, it happens a lot, we'd have people come through and I'd introduce people on their tour to John. And I'd say, this is John. And on cue, he would say, and I can do everything here. So one day, John came up to me and he said, you know what? I can do everything here. I thought it was the same story, same running gag that we'd been over a million times. But he didn't stop, he continued. He said, I can do everything here except drive that forklift. So, he said to me, with a giant smile, eyes wide, he said to me, I'm going to learn to read so I can get my driver's license, so I can drive the forklift, so I truly can do everything here. I'm a married man with 2 kids. I've had lots of very special days in my life. That was a very special day. And that's why Biosoil.farm is committed to investing not in machines, but in people like John. Because John, you truly can do everything here. And pretty soon, it's going to say John Grogan, CEO. So while I'm happy to take the support for all of us at Biosoil.farm, John, this is very much about how awesome you are. Thank you very much.
So cute.
Hello, my name's John Grogan. Thank you for the offering and for a chance to work for you. And I love my job.